one of the best qualities of a strong leader, of a strong employee that I at least look for. I get this question all the time too, is like, what qualities do you look for in a great employee? It's the ability to make a decision. Make a decision fast, that is thought through, has some validity, and then you own that decision and you execute. But I can't tell you how many times I've tasked things out to teams or people, and within a timeline of when they need to make a decision, execute, they spend 90% of the time deciding what decision to make, and then they allow themselves 10% to execute, and they always miss the deadline. I want people who are making decisions, who are very decisive in that process, and then executing on it. And guess what? When you're really consistent with that, it allows you more time to execute. It allows you more time to test and learn and succeed, but also fail. And sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need some failures. Stop overthinking everything. Stop overthinking training. Stop overthinking your diet. Stop overthinking, the business that you want to start and the market that it's in. Yes, make a plan. Make sure that plan is deliberate and it's intentional and it has strategy. And you mitigate risk. Yes, like do your due diligence, but then make a decision and run with it. Run with it. People told me, not every business makes it, so it's okay
to fail.
And if you try this and if it doesn't work, it's okay.
Yep.
My family told me this. So in the back of your head, you're kind of like, so you're telling me it's like, it's okay if I put forward an effort, but that effort isn't good enough and it just doesn't work.
Just doing a little bit of a unfreezing on our iWish hand washing station. I get home water system and hand washing station mixed up. They sound very similar, but yeah, our hand washing station's been frozen for a while. Taking some time and unfreezing it and getting the issue squared away. It's just a process of elimination. I heated it up, a little bit of water came out, so I shot some air through the line and it freed up everything. And I was like, I'm pretty sure that 90 elbow was gonna be frozen. And dipped my arm in that frozen water, cold. I had to do it twice because the second time I broke it loose, but I had to pull my arm out because it got too cold. And I used a heat gun and warmed my hand back, my whole arm back up. It was so cold. But then dipped my arm back in there and pulled it out. So this sits on the inside of the tank, and that's all frozen. Yeah, that was cold. But now, because I took that out, now it's nice and cleared. Got water running out so we can wash our hands. Yep. Fun, cold time here. Almost froze my arm off. So got the Starlink up there, and cool enough, was able to run the wire through this flashing underneath the trailer, and I plugged it in to the Ethernet cable that runs the entire building. And doing so, I was able to cut like 20 feet out of that Starlink Ethernet cable. If some of you know Starlink, the cable they give you is like 100 feet long, super long. So you have to like coil it up and then right next to your router or up there, you just have this like long coil of Ethernet cable, data cable. So I was able to cut that, shorten it, and put some Ethernet plugs into there and just plug it right in. Very, very tedious work. My fingers were they weren't hurting. They had that raw feeling. Like if you touched it, it was a little tingly for the whole day. And we were able to do that on Friday. And it just looks so clean. Looks so much cleaner than what I originally thought I was thinking about having to drill a hole and then prop it through the side of the building. And that would have looked ugly. And yeah, I'm super stoked. Was able to get that done, and it's just so clean and so sleek. A lot of the wires are hidden, and that's what made me very happy. So the beginning of the video was a podcast by Nick Bare. I really like to listen to this guy. Really, really like everything about what he does, his mission, how he is as a leader. I've actually been following him for a long time, since I was in Washington. I remember when they used to own this like little warehouse. They were working out of it. And then they blew that wall out to add storage, to add more storage. So I've been following him for a very long time. And yeah, when I was driving in this morning with that whole, what does he look in employees and hiring people and stuff like that. And that really, a lot of things that he does resembles what I like and what I like to plan for my day. And I really liked how he was saying he likes people who can make decisions on their own. Leaders who can make decisions on their own. Anything like that. Employees. Doesn't matter what, as long as you make the decision and you run with it. That's what I was like, yeah, that's 100% true. And being to own that decision. Now, it can be a good decision, which is great. If it could be a wrong decision. Not a big deal. Something that you're going to learn from. Wrong decisions will happen. And making those decisions without thinking about it and wasting a lot of your time on when you could have gotten that task done. That's what I really liked. I was like, yeah, it's 100% true. And he made another one a while back ago about having initiative. And that's a big part too. Like having initiative throughout your whole day, so you're not constantly being told what to do, because that's really hard on the leader. That's really, really hard on the leader. So stressful is trying to push initiative, trying to constantly, can you do a little more? And it's just having that initiative to do something when you don't have anything to do or you finished your task. Cleaning the yard. You see, everyone sees me cleaning the yard, sweeping. Nobody told me to do that. It's something that needs to be done, and I see it, just do it. And it's really hard for any leader to constantly push initiative. Every single day, it's like, it gets very, very old very quick. Now, if you have too much initiative, you can always take back from that, pull back. If you see someone that's doing way too much, you can always pull that back, because I know personally that you can get burnt out on that. If you're doing way too much and you're just working yourself way too hard, you can get burnt out and you can get to the point where you just don't like the job anymore. So, having initiative, that's really great. And I really like to plan my days on quotes. I like to live my days on quotes. When I wake up in the morning, I always think of 3 separate quotes. Well, when I wake up in the morning, I think of 2 separate quotes. And those 2 quotes are, "The only easy day was yesterday." Now, what that means is, I read that from a book. It was a Navy SEAL book. I think it's a Navy SEAL quote in general. But I read it from a book by an author, Navy SEAL guy named Mark Owens. And I really like that because I could have had the worst day yesterday. Just wanted it to end. Just really hated it. Everything could have went the wrong way. But when I wake up, I'm like, well, the only easy day was yesterday, so let's just get today going. And what that means is, like, you woke up the next day. So yesterday was horrible, but you still woke up. That's how I look at it. Now, the next one is winning the day back. And that kind of follows along with only easy days yesterday. Winning the day back, you could have had a really horrible day yesterday, just like what I just said. And when I wake up, I say, let's win this day back. So let me win that day back for today. Let me make today better. Or I could have the best day yesterday. Everything went right, was so smooth. Let's carry that momentum. Let me win the day back for today and let's go up higher. And that's how I like to look at it. That winning the day back came from Nick Bare as well. And I was like, man, I really like that. So a lot of my time I like to live by those. Now when I'm training and I'm in my marathon prep, anything like that, which I started yesterday, I like to go off of go one more, having that mindset and that attitude of, I'm tired, I'm done, I don't want to run anymore. And then I just tell myself, let's go one more mile. Let's see what happens. So I push one more mile. For me personally, I get to that mile and I'm like, you know what? I got here. Let's just keep going. And just like digging through it, this operation, dig deep, just dig deep and go through it. And I really like those, those 3 quotes. Only easy day was yesterday. Winning the day back. And go one more. Those are like my 3 favorites. And I really, really like to push off of those every single day. And with a lot of those, you have to also keep yourself hyped. Keep yourself in a good mood and keep striving to go forward. Keep striving to be better. To make yourself better. And just because nobody is here, nobody's around you, doesn't mean that somebody's not looking. Someone's always watching. That's what my mom's always told me. Someone is always watching, even when you think no one's looking. And with all of those, that's why when I get here early in the morning, I don't just sit in my truck and wait. I usually do like what I said. I tinker. I do something to make, maybe I can make myself better. Improve on a skill. Troubleshoot something on my own time without somebody talking to me. And I also don't really like to carry this around. As soon as I get here, I leave this in the truck, and then that's when I start to tinker. And I start to figure out stuff. Like with that hand washing station. I wanted to see why it was frozen. I had an idea where it was frozen. But to see more of what it was that actually was frozen, to take that elbow out, that shows you that, hey, if I find one like that, or some other hand washing stations going through the same issue, it's that 90 elbow right there. It's frozen. And just pushing through that to get it done. And even if you fail at something, don't stop, just keep hacking away at it. Now, I've had some problems with this, really stressing me out, trying to figure it out. But don't give up, because you're figuring it out at the end, and that feeling that you finished it and that it's going perfectly fine, it feels so amazing. It's like, it's really unreal to understand. Like, it's really unreal to explain the feeling. Now, I could have just threw in the towel and said, I'm done with it. I can't figure it out. I'm done with it. I could have done that a long time ago. I could have done that every single day. But going through and telling yourself, let's figure this out. Do all your reading, all of your the stuff that you need to look for, like forums, YouTube, anything like that. There's a lot of people out there that will do a lot of things and document it, and it's just doing it. It'll get hard. I'm telling you, it'll get hard. And you'll feel like a failure, but having to finish it and get it done, it feels amazing. And I was like so happy that this mobile office is perfect right now. The heat works, the power works, and now that Starlink is up there and it's plugged in, and the idea I had on it, it's working. So it's like, don't give up, go one more, win that day back. And if you had a horrible weekend, horrible day yesterday, the only easy day was yesterday, because you woke up and you made it here on time, and it is always great. First people to show up, Steven and Harvin. So I don't want to try and be like one of those motivational speakers, or because there's enough of that on YouTube. There's enough of that. But I thought I had to share that to show you that you should keep going. And with that, I will catch you guys in the next one.